Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to School of Science. My name is Luke and this is the Everton Stadium update for the 27th of April 2025. Now, looking over the stadium today, so the main things being the Everton way, and just as we pan around, just have a little chat about stuff and everything like that. So the thing with the Everton way is it's like 99.5% done at this point with the first iteration. Second iteration, obviously, that's going to be going further in, so that one's going to be an interesting one to see. Now, before we kick things off and have a little talk about the stadium and everything like that, I'd just like to say a big thank you to my Cup of Coffee members. So if you want to be like these guys and get your names on the screen here on all my videos, those being Peter, Roberto and David Hughes, why not become a part of the Cup of Coffee tier on the channel? So it's very easy to join. It's only £1 a month and that money helps contribute to the channel massively. You cannot believe how much just a simple pound helps out my channel so much. But yeah. Now we'll kick things off talking about things around the stadium. So looking over everything right now, everything is pretty much done and dusted in regards to like the main structure, most of the features and everything like that. I am a little curious though, if someone wants to put in a comment section below. So those trees there, I'm assuming they are evergreen, but just out of curiosity, once they get to a certain size, what are they going to do about those supports either side of them? Are they just going to remove them, or are the trees going to naturally just grow around them? I'm just trying to make things up at this point. Now I'm only kidding. But yeah, so I will say the Everton way is looking amazing at the moment. So I am actually going to be doing two fly arounds. So we're going to do a nice low one, so you can actually see the water there as well. That's lovely. So we can do a low one right now, so it's going to hook wide around the west stand so I can get the water, the stadium, and a bit of the media gantry. And then we do a nice high one over where you can see all the stuff around the stadium and everything like that. But yeah, so as I said, looking over the stadium at the moment, you've got a lot of people walking around the site at the moment. I'm not sure whether these guys are the people working on the Everton way, but there's a lot of people, just like a lot of foot traffic around the stadium at the moment. Actually, no, there could even be security, because there is a fair amount of security around that site at the moment. Not compared to like a match day, but there is a lot around there, because let's be honest, someone is going to try and spoil the fun and try and jump into the stadium, you know. They're going to try and hop the fence and whatnot, but you know what? If they want to do that, that's a sad life for them. But overall, though, the stadium is looking rather nice, and it was a lovely day for it. I will admit it was actually funny. On the way down to the stadium itself, I was driving down Regent Road, and bloody Luis Diaz was behind me. He has a friend drive for him, or someone drives for him in a big Audi SUV. I cannot tell you how tempting it was to slam on the brakes, especially now that Liverpool bloody scored. I've just had a message that it's 1-1. Luis Diaz apparently scored, and Solanke scored prior to that. I was hoping Tottenham would win that one, but never mind. But yeah, so looking around the stadium right now, everything's looking amazing. You can still see a lot of construction stuff all over the stadium in regards to like where the painting's going to be done. As I said, that's just part and parcel of what's going on right now. For us to have basically built the stadium from the ground up and had no issues whatsoever, that would have been unheard of. You always get issues when it comes to these sorts of things, and for the fact that it's just paintwork that needs to be redone is a very, very minor thing. But there has been a few people actually saying to me that there's going to be some interior painting as well. So apparently they are going to be doing some blue painting around the concrete and everything. I'm curious if or when that's going to happen, because, and well, to what extent as well, because what's the situation going to be with that? Are they going to paint the floors blue? Are they going to do like what you see in a lot of factories where they actually go in and do like that rubberized sort of like acrylic or even rubber paint stuff across the floors? It would be great and everything, but I'm not sure whether that would age well, especially with the amount of foot traffic inside of the stands and everything. So time will tell on that one. I'm sure Everton will do a video of when that happens, and when that's the case, I'm gonna, well, I'll cover it obviously, but I won't be able to do it inside the stadium. So yeah, so actually I managed to get nice and close with these as well, so you can actually see the names on there really clearly. So you can see Mick Lyons, Duncan Ferguson, Pat Van Den Hauwe, Derek Temple. Kevin Sheedy, Paul Bracewell, Ray Wilson. I can't see that one up top, damn it. Brian LeBone, Kevin Ratcliffe, Dave Hickson, Harry Catrick. So you can see all the names very clearly here, apart from that one up on the very top right. So I'm happy with that one. I was happy that the wind was still enough that I could get down close enough and zoom my camera in enough so we could actually get enough detail and see the names. I'm curious though. See these random white tiles? They haven't got any details on them. I can't see any details. It's just blank tiles from the looks of it. I'm assuming they could potentially do, I don't know, maybe club contributors. So let's say a shareholder, a fan who's done a lot for charity, something like that. If there is actually names on them, apologies, I can't see it from this angle. It is very, if it is, it's very faint. And I thought in that situation it'd be like almost like the negative of what you've got with the fan ones. And I know that there is a company that's actually currently charting out every single one of these tiles, so you get to know like a quadrant of where it could be. So let's say for argument's sake you have one that's by this E here. There's going to be like sections where it'll divide and they'll say, okay, it's between this one and this one inside of here. So it narrows it down from about 32 to 35,000 plus all the way down to maybe, I don't know, maybe a couple of hundred. That would be great. That would be great if they could do that. And I know they are doing that, so it's great that they're going to do that. Right, so we've got Joe Royal, Dave Watson, Bob Latchford. You've got Graham Sharp up in the top right. Ted Sagan, T.J. Jones, Tricky Trev. You've got a few of them here. A few of them are covered up by... they're covered up by tarp and some dividers, which is a shame. It would have been nice to actually see those ones, but never mind. But yeah, there's a lot of brilliant legends here. You know what? I would love for Everton to update this as time goes on. So let's say Tim Cahill's put in that sort of status of legends. If, say, Mikel Arteta... I mean, let's be honest. Arteta left the club in not so great circumstances and whatnot, but he's still considered a legend. He came into this team and he upturned it. His ability on the ball, his set piece skills, everything like that. He was an amazing player, so he's got to be given some credit in that regard. So I know a lot of people might turn around and say, well, there's two camps on it. Some people love him, some people aren't so fussed on him just for the fact that he left us in a rather precarious sort of time, really. But to be fair, what you got to take into account as well is we're the ones who got the most appearances out of him. We're the ones who got the best out of him. Granted, he did do well at Arsenal, but he did some of his best football at Everton. I'm going off topic. This is going to be about a 10-minute long video, so apologies if I do actually sort of ramble off a little bit. Because there's only so much you can really talk about that's really new and stands out to you. I mean, going over this right now, you can still see there's a bit of construction clutter in the top end here, but obviously this is sort of stuff that will get dealt with in the future. One comment that was actually put to me as well, a fan of the channel did actually see me in person. I am terribly sorry I didn't get your name, bud, but we did actually have a little decent conversation in regards to the lights. So I know a lot of the Reds and tourists and whatnot call this the gas hub because apparently with the blue lights and the silver aluminium and all that, it looks like a gas hob. That's cute, isn't it? No, like I've just noticed the fountains are on there. This is one of the things, you miss these sort of details when you're flying over, but when you're actually seeing it on the screen and there's no glare or anything like that, it's amazing. But yeah, so he did actually mention regarding the lights as well, inside while on the outside of the stadium, the blue lights. It would be nice for them to have actually brought them out and angled them up a bit more, so it actually covered a bit more of the aluminium. It would have been very nice, but there's something they could potentially do in the future. Time will tell. But in any case, guys, again, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching this video. I do greatly appreciate the continued support. If you do want to actually see my face as well, I don't know why you want to see my face in that regard, but if you want to actually see some of my other content, I do a lot of post-match stuff as well as bits that are a bit off topic when it comes to Everton. They're still Everton related, but they're kind of off topic to what we do at the moment. But these sort of things are going to be on the channel. So if you want to check out my latest one, that was the post-match against Chelsea. And if you just like this content in general, you know what to do. Like it. If you want to suggest anything, put in the comments below. All that lovely stuff. But in any case, guys, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and have a great weekend, and peace.